Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. Today I will be doing something a little different. I won't be swatching new colours that I've purchased. I'll be swatching for you my core palette. What do I call my core palette? I call the selection of colours that I return to time and time again. The colours that I always feel that I need close to me when I'm painting. This palette was a lot larger. It was, I think it was like, 48 colours possibly. And I've condensed it down to 21. These colours are colours that I love. I have used over and over again. Some colours come and go in my core palette. Some are staples, like they've been in my palette for years, and some are like more, okay, well, this year this colour's made it into the core palette. I mean, next year it might not be there. But now, this is my current core palette. I'll be swatching on some different paper today for you as well. Some different than normal, what is normal for me, paper. It is Saunders Waterford white, not 100% cotton watercolor paper. And I made, as is my habit, a layout, which I know is quite autumnal, and it's August. But I was just feeling that I needed to start painting something a little bit autumnal because I love autumn. I love autumn so much. So I'll be swatching on here for you. The way I will be swatching this time will be just single swatches. I won't be doing doubles. The reason is I have done swatches of quite a few of these colours for you already. So I thought, it would be repeating myself to do doubles. So I'll just, for you today, I'll just be swatching single colours. I'll just move everything around a little bit so that I have more space. And I'll be back to swatch this palette for you of 21 colours. See you in a bit. I'll begin my swatching with one of the classics, a very classic colour for me. It's a colour that I have used for years and years, and this colour is always in my palette. It is called Naples Yellow, and it is the Winsor & Newton Naples Yellow. I'm running quite low on this, but I'm waiting for some more colour to come through the post, hopefully from Jackson's soon, because I cannot be without this colour. I love this colour so much. I love the Naples Yellow that Winsor & Newton have created. It's just the right colour for me. I know there's so many variations of Naples Yellow through other brands, but I just really like it. I like this one. I think my second favourite from the ones that I've tried, and I haven't tried it a lot, would be the Roman Schmall one, because that's nice and bright as well. I just love this Naples Yellow. It's just lovely, and I use it all the time. My next colour is the lemon yellow that I've chosen for this palette for mixes. It is Nickel Titanate Yellow. Now, I am not quite sure which Nickel Titanate Yellow this is, because I didn't write on my half pan, which brand it is, but I believe it to be Daniel Smith, because I can't find any other empty tubes of nickel titanate yellow around at the moment. I might be wrong, but I think this is the Daniel Smith nickel titanate yellow. It's lovely, it's creamy, it's lemony, it has transparency when it's diluted, a lovely soft transparency. It's a beautiful colour. For my medium yellow, medium to warm yellow, I've chosen Hansa Yellow Medium by Daniel Smith. Now, this colour I use for creating deeper versions of Indian yellow. I would use it with burnt sienna, for instance, or other orange earths to get a really lovely Indian yellow. It's quite bright, and as is, I wouldn't use it other than very, very diluted, but it's got a really decent tinting strength, and it's a colour that holds its own in a mix, so I can rely on it to create some really nice oranges. Next, I have Quinacridone Red by Winsor & Newton. Now, I have two quinacridones in this palette. I have Quinacridone Red by Winsor & Newton. I have Quinacridone Red by Daniel Smith. The difference between these two is that the Daniel Smith one is PB19 and the Quinacridone Red by Winsor & Newton is PR209. PR209, 209, is the softer, pinker, corally red, whereas the Quinacridone Red, the PB19, is more cool. It's a cooler red. And to be honest, I would have used in its place the Cherry Quinacridone Red by Roman Schmall, but I am running very low on that because I've used it so much. And this was in my paint box, my tubes, and I tried it out and I thought, you know, it's quite pretty. I like it, and I'll use this for this spot in my palette. You can see it's not as corally as the Cherry Red by Roman Schmall, but it's really nice. It is a very nice colour. And here we go with my wonky circle again. There we go. So my next colour is another staple, another beloved colour. It is Cobalt Turquoise Light by Winsor & Newton. It's just so pretty. It's vibrant, but it really dilutes to a beautiful soft turquoise, and it has a lovely granulation. I use it in my little island paintings, my map paintings, a lot because it gives like a lovely delicate turquoise hue to the sea and a nice texture. Next, I have Cobalt Blue. Cobalt Blue, in this palette, I've chosen the Roman Schmall one, but for years I've used the Winsor & Newton one, which I really liked. This Cobalt Blue just seems to have better tinting strength than that other one. So I chose this. I chose to include this. What a beautiful colour though. I mean, who can resist a beautiful cobalt blue? It looks lovely. Beautiful. One of the latecomers to my core set. And I mean, latecomers, I've had it in my corset for since I bought it, but I haven't had it for years in my palette because I didn't have it. Um, this is Ultramarine Blue by Zecchi, and by far this is my favourite ultramarine blue. I've had other ultramarine blues in my corset before, but this one just is, I love it. It's poetic, it's beautiful. I absolutely adore this colour. And yes, it's warmer maybe from other ultramarine blues, but I just love it. I love it. It's gorgeous. Okay, moving on. Next I have Rutile Yellow. This is definitely a newcomer, but it's a yellow that I can get behind though, because it's just a hue of yellow that I like. It's so pretty and delicate, and it's Rutile Yellow by Schminker. Sorry, I didn't mention the brand there. It is just lovely. I mean, look at that. It's just so pretty. It's like on nickel titanate, but I mean, texture-wise, but warmer. These are just so lovely. It's beautiful. Next, I have Quinacridone Gold by Michael Harding. Now, this, since they stopped selling the actual Quinacridone Gold some years back now, has it been years? I've been struggling to find a Quinacridone Gold that I really liked, and this one, when I tried it, I really liked it. I love mixing greens with it. I think it's got PY150 in it. You can see that coming through. The brightness, the vibrancy of the PY150, the nickel azo yellow. I think it does. I'm pretty sure it does. So, Quinacridone Gold by Michael Harding. Now, the Quinacridone Red that I referred to earlier, the PV19 version. It does get a little bit confusing when brands use the same name but different pigments in them. So Quinacridone Red in one brand is a different pigment than a Quinacridone Red in a different brand, but that's why it's always a good idea for me to actually look at the pigment information, make sure that I'm not actually just buying something completely different than what I think I'm buying. Next, Quinacridone Burnt Scarlet. Now, I love this colour. I really do. It's such a beautiful colour. And for florals, for, you know, landscapes, it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look, it's so pretty, earthy, like earthy colour that when you dilute it turns to a really soft pink. It's so pretty. That's Daniel Smith, Quinacridone Burnt Scarlet by Daniel Smith. Next is Perylene Green. Perylene Green, I don't know which Perylene Green this is. I think it is Winsor & Newton. I think that is the Perylene Green that I had in my palette. Again, I forgot to label the brand on the actual half pan. Perylene Green, which pigment wise is actually a black. I love it. It's beautiful. I think this following one is one that I have never swatched for you before. I think I may be wrong. Maybe I swatched it when I was swatching the Primatech colours for you by Daniel Smith. I can't remember, but this colour I love. Now there are other colours that I am kind of similar to this, probably not as pricey, but I love this colour and I have it, so it is in my palette. It's Soda Light Genuine by Daniel Smith. It's a lovely black and it granulates beautifully. You can see the granulation there, it's so pretty. And when you mix it, it really, it's really nice with other colours. Next I have Buff Titanium. This is a Daniel Smith Buff Titanium, and this I use when I want to make some kind of natural looking pastel colours. Very handy colour to have. Beautiful, beautiful colour. Beautiful neutral. There we go. And we're in our final line here. Final colours to swatch. The first colour of this row is one that ever since I've tried it, I fell in love with it and I've been using it non-stop. It is Payne's Grey Blue Shade by Schminker. It is such a beautiful, beautiful colour. And mixing with this is divine. Quinacridone Gold with this. Beautiful greens. Absolutely gorgeous greens. It is a divine colour. And by itself you could use it on its own, I mean, without even mixing it, and it's beautiful. Beautiful colour. Next, another staple is Rich Green Gold by Daniel Smith. Really nice colour, excellent for mixing greens, excellent for mixing some really nice earthy oranges as well. And the Daniel Smith one is really nice. Flows beautifully on the paper. There we go. Now Dragon's Blood by Zecchi. I love this colour so much. It was love at first stroke. God, that sounded wrong, but no. I mean, love at first viewing of the colour. I love this colour, and it has some characteristics that are really, really good. It lifts beautifully, so if you put too much on the paper, it will lift like it wasn't even there. Not good if you want a staining colour, but if you want something that you can actually manipulate a lot on the paper, this is perfect. And it softens to this granulating, pinky, dusky earth colour. It's, I love it so much. I'll swatch it for you. And yeah, I'm going through it So I'm going to need to order some more. I mean, it's beautiful. I'm making a bigger circle because Dragon's Blood deserves it. It's just so beautiful. And I know that these two look similar, but they have totally different characteristics. For me, I think sometimes it's not only the hue of the colour, it's the characteristics of the colour. This is quite more staining than this. It's redder to my eye. This is a lot redder than this. This softens, but softens with sharper edges. Rather, this softens like it's like a cloud softening effect to it. It's beautiful. I love it. Next, we have Quinacridone Burnt Orange by Daniel Smith. A really good alternative for me because I do not have my burnt sienna yet. And to be honest, this really rivals a good burnt sienna for me. It's a really good colour. Lovely, lovely colour. I know there are so many variations of burnt sienna, and I know everyone has their preferred version of burnt sienna. This for me is kind of close to what an ideal burnt sienna would look like. Next, a new edition, or a newer edition. I think the next two are newer editions. It's the Potter's Pink by Roman Szmul. I love the Potter's Pink by Roman Szmul. My other favourite was the Winsor & Newton, which I used to use a lot, but I think I prefer the Potter's Pink by Roman Szmul. And this is, yeah, I'm getting through this is quite a lot as well. I mean, it's so pretty. Look at that colour, it's so gorgeous. It's so lovely, and it's got a beautiful granulation. Absolutely beautiful. Look, so it quickens the heart just to see it. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful colour. Next is Lunar Red Rock. Now, Lunar Red Rock I've had in my, I think in my collection of colours for a long time, but I kind of forgot about it. And when I curated a palette a few months back, I rediscovered it and I love it. I really, really love it now. Let's do a swatch of it. Lunar Red Rock is by Daniel Smith. Very, very strong colour in mixes. It really holds its own, which I enjoy. I kind of stay away from colours that are a bit wishy-washy in mixes because for obvious reasons. I mean, if you need to put a ton of colour for it to actually show in your mix, it's kind of not ideal. Really nice, really, really nice colour. There we go. And my final colour for this palette is Van Dyke Brown by Schminke Horadem, which I use every time I paint, and I use this to actually make shadows. I do shadows with this colour. So I'm just going to swatch it for you. It's a very, very lovely sepia colour. Sepia? Still haven't got the hang of that. It's really, really nice. Really like it. And yeah, it's perfect for what I need it. So those are the 21 colours that I can't be without when I'm painting. For now. I mean, there are some colours that have just basically arrived in my palette, like the Roman Schmall ones, because they're relatively new and I've been kind of newly introduced to Roman Schmall. So there's some Roman Schmall colours in here that I didn't know about before, so they weren't obviously in my palette. Some Schminke colours that I didn't know before and that kind of purchased or had, like this Rutile. I think I've had it in my palette. I lose track of what I've had and what I have just purchased, so forgive me but if I mess things up. But yeah, I have more colours by Winsor & Newton and Daniel Smith in here because I've basically stuck to these brands throughout the years, and it's, you know, it's inevitable that there are going to be more of those colours in the palette that I'm used to. I'm used to using more. I am rambling, but yeah, there are some beauties in here that I didn't have before, like the Potter's Pink is gorgeous, and the Lunar Red Rock, which I had, but I didn't put into a palette. The Zecchi Blue, which is it's divine. I think the Zecchi Blue reminds me a little bit of the Smalt by Winsor & Newton. Maybe not as violet as that. Yeah, I'm going off on a tangent now, just thinking about colours. I do not want to bore you to bits. So yes, these are the core colours, and these are the colours that I would, if I had to shrink my palette down and someone said you can't use any more colours ever, these are the colours now that I would choose to go, okay, this is it, these are the colours that I can work with and do my work with and be, happy with what I can create. So that's it. This was my core palette video. I hope you enjoyed it. I would love to hear from you and what colours are in your core palette. What colours can you not paint without? What colours do you return to time and time again? I would love to know, because I'm always on the lookout to be educated about other brands, about other colours, about what I've missed out, what other artists use, and be inspired by them. I would love to hear what your choices would be. What else? Ah, yes. Some sad news about the camera that I ordered. I don't know if I must have mentioned this in a previous video, but I ordered a new camera for my videos, and it did arrive, and I did test it, and it was faulty. So I've sent it back. The company said they'll send me a new one, but even if they do send me a new one, I'm not quite sure it will be suitable for the type of filming I do. It has a lot of focus problems. I'm hoping that maybe the newer camera will, be better, the one that will send me, that it won't have the problems, but I'm not sure. So I'm basically stuck with my phone for now. I haven't been very lucky with my purchases lately. The Schminke palette that I got from Jackson's went missing. Now the camera that I ordered isn't working. Oh dear. Anyway, these things happen, and there's nothing you can do about them. You just try and find solutions and just move on. So I'm on the lookout for a camera that will maybe be better than the camera I have now still. If you've got any suggestions about cameras for this kind of videoing, I would love to hear them. Next week, I don't know what's going to happen next week. I've got 2 things that might arrive, but knowing me, they may not arrive. I know for sure that the week after that, around the 6th of September. That week I won't be able to film because a family member is going in for a surgery and I want to be there as much as I can for them. So I'm going to probably take that video, probably take that week off videoing because I want to be with them. After that, we'll see. I've got a few things up my sleeve and let's see if they pan out and they happen. Anyway, I wanted to thank you all for being here. I wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone that's subscribed, everyone that's commented, everyone that's given me a thumbs up. It means the world to me that you are so supportive. I have to say my little awkward bit, which is if you would like to see another video from me and would like to be notified, please subscribe to my channel and click the notification button so that YouTube will tell you when I have a new video up. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button because that helps the channel grow and it helps its visibility. If you have time and would like to comment, I'd love your comments. Just drop your comments below. And I think that's it. I'll leave you here. I will see you next week. I do not know with what yet. We shall see. It'll be a surprise for me too. I love you guys. Hope to see you at the premiere. Hello. And hope to see you next week too. So bye for now. Bye.